What if everything you thought you knew about Prince Harry and Meghan Markle was only the surface of a much deeper story? For years, we saw the interviews, the magazine covers, the spotlight after Suits, and the big Netflix deals. But suddenly, the tone has changed. Whispers turned into headlines, and headlines turned into serious questions about travel, money, and family choices stretching from Los Angeles to Montecito and Dubai. This isn't just celebrity gossip anymore. Something bigger is unfolding, and once you hear it, you can't unsee it. It began with quiet whispers online, airport footage, private flights, and unusually large luggage movements at LAX. At first, large media outlets brushed it aside, focusing instead on lifestyle brands and glossy coverage. Then Joe Rogan, on The Joe Rogan Experience, discussed the situation openly, examining footage and asking direct questions that others avoided. His voice carried far, and suddenly millions were paying attention. The topic moved from online forums into mainstream discussion. Inside Montecito, the emotional impact was reportedly intense. Prince Harry was described as watching and rewatching clips, hearing strangers talk about his life, his choices, and his future. He once imagined himself becoming a global social thinker after stepping back from Buckingham Palace and life inside the royal system. Instead, he now found himself at the center of a public storm he could not control. In the eyes of many watching, he was no longer the leader of the story. He seemed more like someone swept up inside it. Questions about finances began spreading online. Transfers, accounts, and consulting arrangements connected to companies registered in places like Delaware, Wyoming, and offshore banking centers were discussed publicly. People noticed unfamiliar names, inactive offices, and unusual payments that raised curiosity. No hard conclusions were declared, but the public wanted clarity. The story no longer felt like simple celebrity drama. It was now a mix of law, reputation, and global systems. Then came the issue that made the world pause: the subject of the children, Archie and Lilibet. In airport images discussed online, observers saw luggage, staff, and security, but not the children. Joe Rogan carefully noted this did not prove anything. It only raised important questions about travel arrangements and custody. This shifted conversations toward international rules like the Hague Convention and how different countries handle child custody and borders. What began as entertainment news now touched on global jurisdiction and parental responsibility. Inside the nursery rooms in Montecito, the image described was haunting: neatly arranged beds, toys carefully placed, clothing barely showing signs of wear. The rooms looked still, almost untouched. Not proof, but absence. Absence can sometimes feel louder than noise, and in that silence, Prince Harry was portrayed as emotionally shaken, questioning what was really happening around him. Attention soon turned to Doria Ragland, Meghan Markle's mother. Speculation grew regarding travel, movement, and whether logistics were being handled separately across countries like Turkey, the UAE, and the United Kingdom. Again, nothing definitive was claimed, but the level of planning implied inside. The narrative was unsettling to many observers following the story. As public pressure increased, the role of King Charles came back into focus. The idea surfaced that royal silence did not mean indifference, but patience. The monarchy traditionally plays the long game. It protects its members and the continuity of the institution. Eventually, conversations suggested the situation grew serious enough to involve royal advisors and officials tied to Buckingham Palace and MI6. Not for drama, but for stabilization and safety. In the end, the story stands at a crossroads. Prince Harry appears caught between independence and the weight of the institution he was born into. Meghan Markle is portrayed as distant, possibly repositioning rather than retreating. Countries like the United States, the United Kingdom, and the United Arab Emirates sit quietly in the background of the discussion, linked through law, family, and finance. This is no longer just about interviews with Oprah Winfrey, magazine spreads, or streaming deals with Netflix and Spotify. It is about responsibility, transparency, and family. It is about children whose privacy must be protected and whose location people want confirmed with care, not speculation. And it is about silence, not as weakness, but as strategy. The next chapters won't play out in comments or trending posts, but in private meetings and silent rooms from London to California and Dubai. What began as gossip now moves like history, shaping lives far beyond headlines. Stay alert, stay curious, and never settle for the surface. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more.